Okay guys, welcome back to another video on the channel today. Today we're going to be taking the Porsche Cayman around Donington Park National for the actual version week 4 time trial, complete with a setup guide and a track guide for you guys to learn the track and get round as fast as you can for the time trial event. It was another good lap. I really enjoyed this week's event, a little bit more so than last week's in the IndyCar. Much more enjoyable. You can really fling this car around and really got to get it dancing on the rear end. Really good fun car to drive, and hope you guys like the setup. I think I've got the setup really nice for this car around here. There was probably a little bit more time to be gained if you want to push it a little bit harder, for example. But I think I've got an okay lap in, as you're going to see, as we'll let the video play full speed before I go into a track guide in slow motion, so you guys can see the lap running flat out without any commentary over, listening to the engine, and you can see the steering inputs, and then we'll go through a full track guide for you guys to learn properly with some technique that I'll give you guys some input in on braking points and references, etc. Anyway guys, enjoy the lap at full speed and then we'll be back in a second. Okay, so you can see there, the lap was a reasonably good lap. There was a few areas where you might be able to improve. So starting the lap, you want to use some of this blue tarmac on the left, getting the car as far over to the left as you can without giving it an invalidated lap. Just be careful not to go too far left. And then you've really got to try and get it on this curb, and just be careful before you put that power down. It's really important you don't put it too early, because the car will just understeer wide and you'll just get a lap invalidated. So just make sure you get it as early as you can, but just not too early. And then what I like to do is keep the car over to the right hand side now. Always keeping the car over to the right hand side, because we're going to turn in left, and you're going to see now, I'm going to point out with the mouse cursor, you want to be aiming for that plate, the Project Cars 2 board there on the left. I try and aim in for that, and you end up hitting the curb pretty much spot on and braking just before that left, the right hand turn signal there on the left, and aiming again for the curb on the right. And just be careful again before you put the power down maximum. You can run very wide there. You can see I was really patient before I put the power down then, and I still nearly ran wide. Now accelerating up this hill, you're going to be accelerating flat out now, and then you're going to get the car over to this right hand side before chucking it in left and trying to get the car as straight as possible before you're braking. So you can see I've got the car straight and then braking at the same point as I'm turning right, pretty much instantly same point, getting the car over to the right hand side and being really smooth before you put the full power down. You can see I did that corner really smooth. I could have actually gained a bit more time, I think, there by pushing a little bit harder, but it was a smooth entry and a smooth exit. Now braking just before the left, the turning in board again, aiming again to try, you aim to try and cut the corner and you won't actually cut it, you'll end up taking it perfect. So then keeping on the power as much as you can. Again, you've got to be careful not to carry too much speed through this corner, as you can run wide on the left hand. Again, we probably left a little bit too much space, but again, it's time for you guys to try and gain that vital few attempts over this lap. And again, now we're going to look for our braking zone. You're going to look out on the right hand side for that turning in board there. You're going to brake just fractionally short of that, and then downshifting all the way down to 3rd gear. Just be careful where I chucked the car in really and it just got away with a corner cut there, and again on that corner. It was marginal, it was very close to getting the corner cut, but we got away with it. Accelerating flat out now over the line, and you're going to hit just pretty much all the way now to the line, and I think we go over the line. It was a 109.5, I think it was, dead on a 109.5. So it was a reasonably good lap, and we'll go through the setup now and the changes that we made. Okay, so we're going to go through the setup very quickly now. And what I've been tending to do with my setups is I load the top times setup that they've used to give myself a base, and then I start making the alterations that I'd like, because obviously not put that much time into the game yet. I'm still learning, so I just load that setup, and then I've made some alterations to the setup that was top. Quite a lot of alterations to the setup actually to make it more suitable for myself. And you're going to see we actually made the rake a little bit more towards the front. You see there, lower on the front, slightly higher on the back, gets the rear end swinging out a bit more, so we can really chuck it into some of these fast corners on this track. Also, toe angling, I actually reduced that to 0.1 because I don't like having 0.2, which is I think the default, and reduced the toe on the rear because I didn't feel like the rear end was needing any more traction. It felt like it was enough, and if I went down, it's just going to give us a bit more straight line speed. Anti-roll bars have changed. Also, just to try to stiffen the car up from the setup that I used as a base, because it felt very bouncy and it was bouncing all over the place. So I stiffened a lot of the settings up and just tried to get the car feeling a little bit more reactive and not so bouncy over the curbs, because I felt like when it was bouncing, the traction control was kicking in and it was all a bit, I didn't really like the way it was feeling. So we've changed quite a few things within the setup. Also, traction control, I've raised that all the way to 22. I think you could actually go quite a bit higher than what I actually have it on, maybe put it to 24, 25. I'm not sure if the car has traction control as a real assist, so I don't know if it makes much difference. So bear that in mind. If traction control is a real assist on this car, then you want to go higher, but it might be a default setting where it's off, I'm not sure. With regards to the ABS strength, 80% that was on there, and differential, we changed a few bits within this, mainly the preload. I went down to 50. I think I could have kept going lower with that if I just kept getting used to the car. The one thing you've got to be careful is getting the power on the curbs. The lower that setting is, the more likely you are to spin the rear end when accelerating out some of them corners, and you've got to try and use some of the curbs on this track, so just be careful of that. But the preload, definitely, I think 40 to 50 was pretty much the ideal spot. Anyway guys, I hope that setup's going to help you out, and help you put in a really fast time, and hopefully someone might be able to squeeze a very low 109, maybe squeeze a late 108 out of the lap. I felt like my lap was a pretty good lap, so I think it's a good base lap for you guys to work on and try and beat. Anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed the video, and we're back again next week with another video. And also I'm going to try and start getting out some of the GT3 setups soon, back to getting a few setups. I'm going to also try and do a few Assetto Corsa setups every now and then also. Anyway guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll be back with more videos soon.